Maybe a few streets that way it's dangerous, but here it's okay.
Yeah.
Right, and over there what happens?
No, cross and cross, why?
War.
Yeah.
So here's what I was talking about the rubbish here in these more dangerous areas. So why doesn't the government come and clear the rubbish from these areas?
Life living in Kingston good enough, but they don't know sometimes the violence, you know?
Violence.
But some part in Kingston, violence.
Bullets go into that police station on a regular occurrence. And this is the area where they said that there's a gang war brewing.
All good, all enjoyment, all fun. When I get that 3 bills, and another 2 bills,
You buy me a bag juice, you know?
Just starting to walk towards some of the more dangerous areas, expecting some kind of eruption of crime and shooting and war. So Jamaica, music, beaches, and gang violence.
Government of Jamaica decreed a state of public emergency to combat rising violence.
It seems to have a split reputation. I've always wondered what Jamaica is actually like on the ground. Jamaica has an astronomically high murder rate in some of the most dangerous neighborhoods in the world. Let's see what it's like for ourselves, shall we?
Hear the children
Crime, shooting, and war.
Violent war in Jamaica.
Gunfire still echoing out around the city as darkness falls.
Is there a place for the hopeless sinners?
Welcome back to Kingston, capital city of Jamaica. Today we're going downtown. Lately there's been some things brewing. There's always things brewing here, but there is an inflammation of a potential turf war. If you've seen in the first video I made here in Kingston, there was a crime scene that we showed up to and there were some murders just in broad daylight. Downtown Kingston, this is a regular occurrence, but apparently there's going to be some people wanting revenge. There could be an increase in violence, so we're gonna go down, see if we can meet some people and, you know, see what it's like living down there and just generally feel the atmosphere. Then we're going to have a look at some other areas around the city. So let's go. It's always a bit tense in this country when you go into these kind of areas. Let's see what it's like. So we've come downtown, and as you can see from some of those shots, this place is super on edge. You can see I'm looking around a lot. You can see we drove past the police station there and a huge maximum security prison. That police station is actually the dividing line between two gangs' turf. And that police station gets caught in the crossfire of many gang wars, and there's actually bullet holes in the side of that police station. All the glass has cages around it to stop the bullets going in the windows, because the violence here is so frequent that bullets go into that police station on a regular occurrence. And this is the area where they said that there's a gang war brewing. Absolutely mental. But we're gonna go further into the downtown area now and see what we can come across. Okay, so we've arrived right in the center of downtown. We drove past the street that we went to in the first video where there was the mother and daughter killed, sadly. And Kevin, what's this area like?
This is King Street.
King Street?
Yeah. This is upper downtown.
Upper downtown.
Yeah. It is mostly peaceful.
Mostly peaceful?
Yeah. You have a lot of homeless persons.
Is there much violence in this region?
Violence is all around downtown. Yeah. You have no basic safe area.
No, there's nowhere you can go where you wouldn't be at risk of a shot.
Yeah.
Right.
Or a pickpocket or something.
And if I was alone, would it be safe for me here?
Well, in Montego Bay, downtown Montego Bay, people will more protect you because of the tourism. But down here, it is really unusual to see a white person walking by themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
So Montego Bay, the second biggest city, has a lot more infrastructure for safety of tourists, but in Kingston, like, tourists are very rare, so you got to watch your back, right?
Yeah.
Regular fund, 1500. If you come out to the national press, they come like an attorney, come 2 bills, 3 bills, 3 bills and 2 bills in a day, 3 bills, 2 bills in a day.
How this situation works behind me is these guys rap and sing, and then they rap about like the products they're selling, and people flock to get like a bargain here, and they have like these kind of flash sales. Do you feel comfortable living here?
Yes, man, I feel comfortable, man. Yeah, man, everybody our people, man. You see me?
It's all good?
Man. We're good, comfortable.
Awesome.
Yes, man.
And is there any violence around here?
No, not right here, so, but out in the areas
In different places?
Yeah, different
okay.
places.
Right. So this place is all good?
Yeah, all good, all enjoyment, all fun.
I bet me sell out them, yeah. Cheap. Mother digging at the eve. If I not do, then I must cheap. Bacha, I bet me sell out them, yeah. Mother, gather to me, heap, diggy, dung, them ya, cheap, 2 bills, 3 bills, as a shumu, as a shirk, as a shiva, leather, new blouse, new shorts, new style, them ya, nice, diggy, dung, no, mother, no, act shy. I wish she would copy now, the good things, them cheap, the nice things, them cheap. I want you, mother, welcome to me, Eve, as a move, as a miracle, as a missile, cheap, bills. When I say new, you say closer. New. Get over here, you pity. I mean, them bam, beat down, bam. Sell out the blouse, them bam, beat down, bam. Sell out the shorts, them bam, beat down, bam. Sell out the tights, them bam, beat down, bam. Sell the dress, them bam, 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 away, sing it.
Somebody's watching this, where can they find your music?
Instagram, man, anything, Quality Boss.
What's your Instagram?
Quality Boss.
Quality Boss.
TikTok, Quality Boss.
I'll leave it.
Quality Boss.
I'll leave it on the screen, and people can find
That
you.
is it.
Yeah,
Okay.
man. All right, brother. Good luck. Yeah. Yeah. I'll show them, brother. All right.
I can make them come down to us.
Right.
Yeah.
And do you live in this place?
Yeah.
How is it?
Nice.
It's all good?
Yeah, beer party and beer food.
So maybe a few streets that way it's dangerous, but here it's okay.
Yeah.
Right. And over there, what happens? 'Cause
They're not doing no cross and cross war.
war.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. There's some part of good players. Some of them good and bad.
Right. And
They have
so
good people in
here,
the community.
here is good, and over there is not so good.
No, good people, they're the same way now.
Right.
Just the bad people there.
Right.
Bad bunch.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Bath for them out here. Fully bath.
All right, brother. Thanks, guys. I just want to take a second and say a huge thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. As a lot of you know, the past few years of my life have been pretty intense. I've traveled to some of the darkest corners of this world and seen some unimaginable hardships. Ukraine's front lines, South Sudan, Haiti, Afghanistan, to name a few, and obviously now Jamaica. It's become of great importance for me to process these experiences responsibly, because witnessing these things definitely has an impact on one's mental health, and that's where BetterHelp has come in for me. BetterHelp connected me with a licensed therapist that really helped me verbalize and come to grips with what I've seen. Unlike traditional therapy, BetterHelp allows me to choose how I want to communicate: phone calls, video chats, or messaging. This flexibility has been absolutely priceless, especially with my unpredictable and volatile travel schedule and never knowing what's going to unfold during the day, BetterHelp's network of over 30,000 therapists has given me a wide range of expertise to tap into. Signing up was really straightforward. In most cases, you're matched with your therapist within 48 hours of signing up. You just fill out a questionnaire and they take care of the rest. If you're like me and believe that your mental health is as important as your physical health, then consider BetterHelp. If the first therapist doesn't feel like the right fit, you can easily change to another one at no extra cost. I encourage you to visit betterhelp.com/Indigo Traveler. Clicking that link not only supports this channel, but it also gives you 10% off your first month. So a big thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video, supporting the channel, keeping the travels going, and let's get back into it. So some of the areas we went to on the first day were like really on edge, right? Yeah. And now we've come to this area and everybody seems a lot more calm and it's like you can feel the atmosphere is lower. But it's crazy because like 3 blocks from here, there's people getting killed, right?
Yeah. And that is because each area is controlled by someone different.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Some guys are peaceful.
Yeah.
They're not into the violence. They try and sell, hustle, clearly, to make a living. While some community have somebody else running it or a different street.
So some people believe in like commerce, buying and selling, like just clothes and things, and other people believe that violence is the way to get money, right?
Yeah.
There's obviously more money in violence, right?
More? Well, if you really think about it, that would be the conclusion. Yeah, why would people prefer violence over working hard and fear?
So another thing that's quite interesting about this area is that the streets are much cleaner. If you go to the more dangerous areas, obviously, like they're just completely neglected and the streets have got like rubbish all over them. If you go into the more middle class area, even cleaner than here. There's still a bit of rubbish here, but it doesn't like stack up. If you can see in the distance over there, there's a factory. Just by that factory is one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in Kingston. And then just back here, you know, I think now we're coming to a place that's a bit more open. It's a bit more dangerous, but you can feel the difference, you know. Don't get me wrong, bad stuff still happens in all these places. Doesn't matter where you are in Kingston, violence can erupt, but it's in different degrees. So we're just starting to walk towards some of the more dangerous areas, and these streets are apparently a lot more busy than they are right now, but because of the attack that was on the first day that we were here, they're kind of expecting some kind of eruption of crime and shooting and war. So yeah, people stick to their own streets. You can start to feel the atmosphere change. It's crazy. So you can see just up here, this street was where the shooting was, and you know, we saw in that first video the crime scene. This street was all taped off, but now it's open again. But that was right here. So here we are, right in the heart of the violence of downtown Kingston. So this street might look pretty busy right now, but this is nothing compared to its usual capacity. It's normally packed, cars all along here. There's not even like cars or taxis driving along here right now. We can easily walk space. It's normally like shoulder to shoulder, cars and everything, but people have been told not come here because war is erupting. It's already taken place. So here's what I was talking about the rubbish here in these more dangerous areas. So why doesn't the government come and clear the rubbish from these areas?
They do, no, they have special days.
Okay.
But because of lack of resources and the demand to move garbage, they can't do it every day.
Okay, so we've come into the shop here and we've met our local man, Ricky Dongatong.
Yeah.
So how's business here? Because I haven't seen any tourists, so is it mainly local people you sell to?
Yeah, we sell local and tourism people still, as a mess. But business good going on, but sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's fast. You see what I'm saying?
What's it like living in Kingston?
Living in Kingston good, you know, but they don't know sometimes the violence, you know.
Violence.
But some part in Kingston violence. And not everywhere a violence, but there's some part of Kingston violence. You see what I say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So it's okay, but you're never sure when something might happen.
Yeah, we don't know when something will happen.
Right.
I say it can happen anytime.
And even in like this area here, there's violence?
Yeah, things happen downtown still, you know.
Yeah?
Things happen downtown still, you see what I say?
How do you see the future of Jamaica?
Say again?
How do you see the future of Jamaica? Positive or negative?
Positive.
Yeah?
Yeah, positive.
Beautiful. So what do you think's going to happen in the next 5 years? Do you think that it'll become more stable here?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, because things are little change, yes.
Things will change for the
Yeah,
better?
things will change. Really.
Yeah? You happy with how the government is handling the violence?
Yeah, but we feel like him could have done more better still at the violence, you know?
What would
yeah,
you-
it
what
could
would-
have been a little more, you know?
Yeah, what would you like them to do?
Alright, right now, I don't want him like going at some of the ear of them and find out what is the problem sometimes. You see me I say? Like going at the ear of them and find out what is the problem.
You
like,
want them to go into the areas,
yeah,
right?
like certain ear, certain garrison, you know?
Yeah.
So
like-
they can find out what is the problem.
Okay, so that you
Yeah.
want them to go into the more dangerous neighborhoods and
Yeah.
put a stronger fist down
Yeah.
and take action. Do you have a message that you would want to give to the world? Anything?
Yeah. Love Jamaica.
Love Jamaica?
Yeah.
All right, brother. Thank you for your time.
Love again, man.
I
I respect
appreciate
again
it.
for the time, man.
No,
All right?
I thank you.
All right. Big up your neck.
You buy me a bag juice, you know?
Oh, hey, bro, you good? Yeah, I remember.
When you coming?
We met.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
You good?
Yeah, man. Blessed, man.
How you been?
All right, man.
You doing well?
Yeah, man. We're doing well, man.
What are you doing today?
Well, somebody called me to do some kind of bailing. You understand me? So I go on the panny movement.
Oh, like you're working
Yeah.
with a broken hand?
Yeah, man. We don't make it broken, and a broke it cut.
Oh, cut with the
Yeah.
saw, right?
Yeah. Sometimes I go to the courthouse.
Oh, you're going to the courthouse?
Yeah.
Today?
Yeah, no, not today, but I go get all of the papers, them and
Right.
and get them sorted out, that you can get out the loved one them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that me do, man.
Beautiful day.
Yeah, man. Respect. Yeah.
All right, good to meet you.
Yeah, man. Bless
Take
you,
care.
bless
Ciao. If you didn't see the first video, we met him in Tivoli Gardens, which is one of the most notorious neighborhoods in the whole of Jamaica. So that gentleman we just met, you were saying he works on behalf of people who have been locked up.
Yeah.
And he goes and he like gets the paperwork ready
Yeah,
and
to
the
get them on.
and the
And
money
bail.
and pays the bail and gets them out of prison on behalf of
The relative.
the relatives.
Yeah, so the relatives would pay him cash, you know,
Right.
or a certain percentage.
And then literally like 2-3 minutes walk from that place where that guy, where the person was, the two people were killed, we're back in a really safe area. It's just, if you didn't know these streets, you could easily walk into the wrong neighborhood and things could go bad. So we've walked down from this street, it's about 10 minutes up there is the dangerous area. We just walk down, come to this beautiful area on the waterfront. You can see the police are here, and they've got restaurants, beautiful seafood restaurants. You can see the water there, the harbor.
Almost every major Jamaican corporate company having their headquarters
Right.
within this area.
So all the big companies of Jamaica have their headquarters in this area.
Yeah.
You take a few minutes up the road and there's gunshots.
Yeah.
These worlds are so close together, but they couldn't be further apart. Down this area, you don't really necessarily even need police because it kind of polices itself, because if there's crime down here, the corporations will put pressure on the government and they'll go into the dangerous areas and they'll find the people who committed the crime. So basically, if it's out of the eyes of the corporate side of Jamaica, then it doesn't really matter in the eyes of, you know, the government, because it's not having direct impact on the cash flow essentially. Here's the Bank of Jamaica headquarters. So this street here is an initiative by the government trying to bring tourism to Kingston, cultural tourism. Lots of beautiful street art and things, and you can see it's really beautiful. So, you know, they are really trying to make it better and more appealing for tourists, and this is quite close to that corporate area as well. And then again, you go that way a few streets and you're right in the middle of the belly of the beast. So this is really quite a moving monument here. It's dedicated to all the children missing or killed because of the violence. This is only people under the age of 18, just covered in names, age 11, 14, age 7. And this is just people getting caught up in the violence.
Yeah.
So we've come up to this neighborhood here, very affluent neighborhood, as you can see from those houses. Name of this neighborhood is actually Beverly Hills, believe it or not. Absolutely beautiful, big mansions looking over Kingston down here with the harbor in the background. And again though, it's just 15-20 minutes drive from the murder streets. And you know, I feel like in Kingston sometimes that if you close your eyes and open them a minute later, you could be living in a completely different reality, sometimes less than that. Sometimes it takes, 10 seconds and you're in a different reality. You know, all cities and all countries have contrasts, of course, but I feel like that's enhanced here in Kingston. Another interesting point that I've learned about Jamaica and the gangs and everything here is that people will come from Haiti because relatively on a boat, it's not too far. They'll bring weapons because Haiti has an abundance of weapons. And if you didn't see my Haiti series, we go into detail in there and talk about how that happens and where the weapons come from and how people that have no food and can't afford water, fresh water, are sitting there with military grade weapons worth thousands of dollars. Because there's such an abundance of weapons in Haiti and such a lack of food and water, people will bring guns from Haiti to Jamaica and swap them for food and fresh water and these things and take them back to Haiti. Okay, so we just had a lovely lunch at a beautiful seafood restaurant there. Kevin, quite the trip, right?
Yes.
How do you see the future of Jamaica? Do you think the violence is going to build and get greater, or do you think it'll subdue a little bit?
Well, the government is trying their best to keep it down.
Right.
But I don't think they have the proper plans and ideas and systems and policies in place. Honestly, I don't think that the government really understand the real issues and the real problems in those areas. Because most politicians or people who are part of government system don't really visit those areas unless it's an election time. If you don't really know the needs of the people, you will never understand what the real issues are that are causing the problem. And I think that is where the government is really lacking.
So because of the fact that people that become politicians tend to probably be from middle-class families and they live in middle-class neighborhoods, and so they can't relate to the hardships of a working-class, poorer neighborhood, right?
The political system is really corrupt. You work with it, all right, you get out of it.
So you mean
so getting somebody from those areas into politics who really wants a change. Eventually, when they get there, they'll understand that it doesn't make any sense.
It's so corrupt that it's impossible to change?
Yeah, almost impossible at this point in time. Hopefully in the near future.
I hold out hope for that. Thanks for keeping me alive. Appreciate it. Thanks. Huge thank you to everybody in Jamaica who made this trip possible, and thank you so much for having me in your country. This should go without saying, but obviously there's so many parts of Jamaica that are completely fine for tourism, and I'd highly recommend to check out the country because it's filled with some of the nicest people you'll ever get to meet. Obviously the places that I went was to meet the people and hear what it's like living in some of these harsh neighborhoods. But of course, and I know most of you know this, that a country has so many sides, and I always recommend to do more research on a country and see all the different sides of it, because there's so much information out there about Jamaica, and it's really got so much to offer. Big thank you to Kevin for keeping me alive. It was definitely needed in parts. I've put a video up on my Patreon, over 20 minutes of bonus footage from the 3 Jamaica episodes. So if you want to check that out, head over to my Patreon. Big thank you to my patrons for the continued support, and a huge thank you to all of you watching. I'll see you in the next series next year, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and Merry Christmas.